Oh, hi. I didn't see you sitting there. My name is Bradley Burroughs, and today I'm going to walk you through my personal philosophy. Literally. So come on. So let's begin. First, I want to talk about my undergraduate and postgraduate experiences that have kind of led me to the point where I am today. The first undergraduate experience was when I was a president of the freshman leadership program. So here's a picture of me with my two assistant directors and some of the freshman members. Now, this organization meant so much to me because it was the first time that I actually felt like I belonged somewhere. The organization's structure, the relationships I built in that, and just the leadership lessons I learned really made an impact on my life. It really made me just feel like I finally found my place, and that's why I loved it so much. And I hope that one day when I'm in a position of whether it's an assistant director or anything like that, then I can also help students find their niche anywhere on campus. The second organization that I really got a lot out of was Camp Regal. So this was our freshman orientation program, and these are all the counselors. There's me right there. And what was so impactful from the Camp Regal experience was just the teamwork, the sense of being a part of a family, and knowing that we all had the same goals of just really pouring into freshmen's life and making sure that they knew we were there for them, for the good and for the bad experiences. Because those will happen no matter what or who you are in college. After my undergrad experience, after I graduated, I had a position for about 6 months where I was a program coordinator for the leadership office. And then after that, I got the position of admissions for Auburn University. So when I was in admissions, it was a cool opportunity to meet new people and work with a different type of student. But I quickly learned that it wasn't my thing. I like working with students and developing them, not working with students briefly and answering admissions questions. My boss actually noticed this about me. She noticed my behavior was a little bit different, and she approached me about it one day and asked, what's going on? After a long discussion about my future and things, she looked at me and said, Bradley, go get your master's and do what you want to do. That struck me. What did I want to do? So let me show you. This is what I want to do. I want to invest in students as they mature and develop in college. I want to implement activities and strategies that enhance student learning and understanding. And I want to practice optimism and self-authorship to increase meaningful experiences. So I'm trying to be optimistic in that last one, but nonetheless, that's what I want to do. So being an admissions counselor really wasn't the role that I could be in to express those interests and desires. So getting my master's was the best option for me. And that's what brought me here to Mississippi State University. Hail State. Now, at first, the process was a little dark and a little gloomy, but I quickly found the light and realized my potential and that this experience was going to help me get to where I needed to be in life. So now that I'm thinking ahead, thinking about functional areas that I feel would be best fit for me and what I'm interested in, the orientation and the student leadership programs are definitely the top two on my list. Now, there are three competencies that kind of fit well under both of those functional areas, and then those are three competencies that I also am good at and also want to get better at. Those three competencies are leadership, organizational and human resources, and social justice and inclusion. So the leadership competency just addresses the knowledge and skills required of a leader in both the individual and the individual as in a team or organization. The organizational and human resources competency talks about professionals bring personal strengths and grow as managers through challenging themselves. I find this very interesting and fascinating because I believe that we should always be working to make ourselves better and advancing. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not perfect, and there's been days where I've definitely done absolutely nothing, but I think if we have that mindset of looking for outlets and opportunities to grow, then we can find it, and that's how we can model for our students as well. The last one is the social justice and inclusion, to create learning environments that foster equitable participation of all groups addressing issues of oppression, privilege, and power. Now, this is the area that I kind of struggle with the most. I think it's important for students to find a passion and look for areas that we can really change and grow. But personally, for me, I've never been challenged or really in an oppressed environment. So it is harder for me to know what that's like. But being in this cohort with you all has definitely made the experience better, and having discussions with you have helped me so much. So I greatly appreciate it. Now, moving forward, what are my aspirations? Well, that's something I've been sitting in. Get it? A chair? Or sitting on at least. And I've been trying to figure it out. I know I like leadership. I know I want to do stuff with it as much as I can. But it really doesn't matter to me how I do it or when I do it or what I do it. I just want to help students figure out their potential and their purpose and their passions. And I think that's so meaningful. I also want to be a little bit trashy. By trashy, I mean, I want to be taking risks and spreading happiness, yo. Now, someone check on Swade's pulse, because I'm sure he just screamed, "I'm dead." And if not, that's fine, but he may have, because that was awesome. But, taking risks, being happy, that's what I want to do. I don't ever want to be comfortable and settled where I'm at. I always want to be kind of moving forward, kind of like the organizational and human resources competency. So I really, when it comes down to it, leadership's all I got, but I have a lot of ideas and aspirations to continue with that, whether that's in a university setting or in a corporation setting. It really doesn't matter. I just want to help students and help you guys out. Well, I think I'm almost out of time, hitting the 7-minute mark. So thank you so much for paying attention to me and watching my little video. I think the camera, I was shaking a little bit too much, but nonetheless, it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to working with you all for the next 1.5 years. Thanks so much. Oh, and one more thing, the credits. Da 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 da. See you guys.